So I pull up to a Dollar General to go in and get a cappuccino. And I'm the only one that pulls up in the parking lot. There's no cars around me at all. And as I'm walking in, some guy looked like he had pulled up and parked next to my car, but I couldn't see any car because, you know, I assumed. And he gets out and he runs across the parking lot to the other row over by a silver convertible Mustang, it looked like. And he goes, "What? No?" And he's like supposedly talking to somebody. Well, I go in the store to make my purchase, and while I'm at the register, this guy comes in, tall, dark-headed guy, and he asked the checker. He said, "Can I use your phone? It's an emergency. I was just hit." Uh, and so the guy hands him the cordless phone, which was the first mistake. And the guy, I told the guy, I said, if you get hit, you should be staying where you're at and just call the sheriffs. Um, but they're just going to tell you to pull off the road. And so he just kind of looked at me. And he walked out the door and was talking on the phone. And while the guy was checking me out, he walked out again. And I told the young man that was waiting on me, I said, "I don't know." I said, when I pulled up, he ran over to a car over there. That silver convertible Mustang was talking to somebody. And I mean, why would he walk out of your store to make the call with your phone? I mean, if you're going to borrow somebody's business line, I don't think it's appropriate to go out of their store with their.
Hello, Moto.
So anyway, I gotta call them back in a second. So anyway, um, I go to walk out to my car, and the guy's standing out front of the store. And now I didn't see anybody hit anybody or anything like that. And there was when I come out to my car, there was no car parked next to me, and I thought that was really odd because I walked around to look. And here was this guy standing in front of that store on their phone still. And so I go to get in my car and I go to pull out, and I go down across the street and uh, pull up in the parking lot and by myself, no cars for 30 feet. Check my messages and I look up and this guy is standing in front of my car about 30 feet away. And then he starts waving his arms, like you're waving down, an airplane or an emergency. And he's like leaning around and waving, with his arms up in the air. And I'm like, this guy is weird. So I go to pull off and I'm like creeped out. Okay. And because I didn't see anybody hit anybody, I don't know nothing, except for a guy, going across a parking lot, looked like he saw a friend or something. And so anyway, I called a buddy of mine. I said, "This is really weird." And while I'm talking to them, there was like sirens coming and red lights, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" I said, "I wonder if this guy's a scammer of some sort." And I said, "Man, I have a really good record, and I don't want any problems with anybody." So anyway, it turned out it was fire department coming. So, anyway, really creepy. So, I thought, well, maybe I should call back that store. I told my friend and see, what the deal was. So I called back the store and I talked to some other lady. I think it's the manager there. And I said, something really weird happened when I was just at your store. She said, "He's a scammer." And I said, "What?" And she says, "Yeah, he's just a scammer." I said, "Well, when I came out, there was no car parked next to me. I assumed this guy parked next to me because I saw him come out from the other side of my car as I was entering your door and run across the parking lot like he saw a friend or something." He yelled out, And so he didn't come near me, he didn't talk to me or nothing. So, it's none of my business. What goes on, right? So she said, "No, he's a scammer. We called the sheriff's on him." And I said, really? And I said, well, I mean, uh, I'm just really creeped out because I didn't see nothing or do nothing, and I didn't see a car parked next to mine when I came out. So I don't know if this guy's, walking on a bike or what. I didn't. It was his business what he was doing, but he acted like he had just seen an old friend or something, and quickly walked across the parking lot to what I assumed was, that silver convertible Mustang, or a car near it, or somebody near that. So she said, no, he's a scammer, and you should call the sheriffs and report it, and maybe they'll come out, because we called them, and they didn't come out. And I said, well, I don't know. I was all the way across the street at an entire different place with tons of parking and nobody around me. And he just appears like not far from my car and like waving his arms, to the point where I'm sitting there thinking, oh my God, what if he's accusing me, being a witness to something that he got hit or something, or he's trying to, scam and say that I did something and I didn't do anything. And so she said, yeah, you should call the sheriffs and maybe they'll come out for you, that he's a scammer. So now I'm really creeped out, you know. Um, so I don't know, you guys. Anyway, I'll talk to you later.